Alright, I'm about to install this mirror in a 2009 Chevy Malibu. I think it's a Malibu. It's also got a rear view camera, forward facing camera. Just wanted to show you what we're putting in, and I'll probably just go over this once it's installed. I'm kind of on a time crunch, but I'll come back and show you how it works. I'll show you where I routed wires, how I hooked up the power, things like that. Alright, here we are in the car. The very first thing I want to do is make sure that the bands that go on the mirror will actually be elastic enough to wrap around that big OnStar mirror. So I'm gonna go ahead and try that out real quick. Alright, here you can see I did actually get it on there. It's not super pretty because of where the front view camera is. It's hitting the mirror here, so we don't have any options really. That's the best option we got. So that sets this mirror a little off center from the original. Alright, so here's the camera. This car has the license plate in the rear bumper, and then just above the license plate is where the license plate light goes. As much as I hate to do this, I think I'm actually going to mount this inside the car on the windshield, on the back windshield. This does come with a double-sided tape. I just think it's my best option at the moment. I did also talk to somebody I know that had one of these mirrors, and he said that if you have the mirror or the camera mounted low, then it gets washed out by cars behind you. If you're looking at the rear view mirror with a car behind you, or the rear camera with a car behind you. So once I get the camera in its location and mounted, I'll come back and show you where I put that. Okay, so in this Malibu, the reverse lights are in the trunk, and there's one wire loom here, just on the one side, and I followed that down, and there's a harness that comes out and plugs in right here, and if you unplug that, this green wire right here, you'll want to do your own testing, but I've already traced it back. This is your reverse signal. So I'm going to go ahead and attach the wire for the camera here, and then we'll continue on with the installation. Alright, I've soldered my connection, put some tape, electrical tape on it, and now I'm going to finish wrapping this up. So you can see here I've got the wire in for the camera. Everything's put back together. Now I'm going to put the trunk back together and we'll finish running the wires. Alright, so as far as running wire, we're going to run up behind the headliner to the front, across, into the mirror. We're just going to pull the seal, and you can see I ran the red wire that way. Alright, so now we're going to get the power ready. I want this to be as hardwired as possible, and this comes with a cheap molded, it's most likely glued together cigarette lighter adapter. I want to hardwire it, so I'm going to see what I can do as far as taking this apart, and I'll probably have to break it to get it to open up. But I really don't mind, because I'm probably going to solder the wires and make yeah, that comes apart pretty easy, and make my own wiring. And so what we have here is the center of the spring here was the negative, and these two outer pieces are the positive. So I will desolder these, put some wire in there, and then we'll probably put this case back on just to keep it protected. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. Alright, well that took longer than I expected, but I also told you guys wrong. The two outer clips were actually the negative, and then the positive is right here in the middle. So I just desoldered those, the spring and then the clips, and then resoldered on a ground and a positive. So now I'm just gonna reattach this whatever this was. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this with tape for a couple reasons. One, to keep the wires from moving, and also just to make it look a little bit better. So at this point I'm gonna go ahead and run the cable from the mirror down to the kick panel and then go from there. Alright, so for the power I used one of these fuse adapters. I think it's called add a circuit or something, and you can see it's right there, and there's my wire, and then I grounded it. Below here there's two 10mm bolts, and I put a ring terminal on the ground, and all the power is good. So now we're going to go check the mirror and see how it works. Hopefully it works. Alright, we're going to go ahead and see if it'll power up. Okay, there's our forward camera. Okay. So it looks like we can point that up a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to mess with this a little bit, and then I'll come back and kind of go over everything and see where we're at. Alright, here we are. The installation's done. I'm going to go ahead and show you when the mirror is in the off position. And now let me shut the mirror off. So the mirror's off, and you put it in reverse. That comes on, and then if you put it in park, switches to the dual view. You can watch the rear or forward, or just shut it off, and then it's regular mirror. So that's the installation on this rear camera, the backup camera mirror with forward facing dash cam. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a like. If you got any questions, put them in the comments below, and I'm gonna finish this video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.